Hey everybody, this is Way to Fail, back with more Civilization Beyond Earth, where we are the People's African Union, and we are just tearing up this game right now. I mean, quite frankly, this is going to come down to, is not so much will I win, but by how much I will win. So what our plan is, sort of long term, is that we're going to be taking on the Slavic Federation first. You can see this is their best and brightest standing here. Gunner, just combat straight units like 32 combat strength versus my Cinder, which has 38. But you may say that's nothing, who knows, but my Cinder units are just very powerful, plus combined arms and everything. Humans tend to be a lot better at combat than the AI. But then while that conflict is going on, while I'm working on that push, and I'm going to build a few more units just to make sure, because it looks like the Slavic Federation does have a little bit of a choke point going on here. I am actually going to be going east and then just seeing if I can take out the remaining AIs, which means I'm going to have to be marching. Probably Mandira will be first, then Central will fall, then Tingyong, and we'll see if Eloise is somebody that I need to attack earlier, but considering she only has one supremacy, that's probably going to be my last target, because she is a fairly weak AI. But the only AI that's really concerning me right now, I know Fielding's going for supremacy, and I may have to actually deal with that by the time I get there. The only one that really concerns me is Kozlov, because he's at 4 harmony. So we'll see what we do there. This is going to be a little less of a war episode. Maybe, I don't want to say a total SimCity episode, but there is going to be a little bit more of that coming up here. So let's see, we do have this Explorer that I did want to move over here, but since you can't put Explorers under units, and I have this unit here just to block this Progenitor Ruin, we'll see. But I can take my time here. I am so far ahead of my opponents. And as my research train's going, you can tell by covert ops how your opponents are doing here. As we actually, if we look at our different agents right here, well, let's just go through this first.
The world is beautiful and unspoiled, but it is wrong. Correct it at once.
There we go. Oh, Vladim Kozlov, that's nice. So we can make a Gaian well, improvable source over geothermal, but requires purity 4. Floatstone Quarry and Terrascapes. Terrascapes are things workers really want to build here. They require 6 maintenance, so that is a lot. That's a lot of maintenance to take on. But most important thing first off is I can finally get some of my native floatstone. But once again, what I was saying here, if we look at what these yields are, he's getting like 46 science yield, and I'm pretty sure that's just from capital. But if we go here, like local health 5, energy yield, production yield, science 26, science 24. But if we look at Megan by comparison, yeah, 20 science, 22 production. But overall, I think I'm outclassing my opponents in science. That's what it feels like. And I can tell because my supremacy level is so much higher, and I've been gunning for techs that try and get that. And in fact, we're probably going to get another level of supremacy in a few turns, because I'm going for climate control, which will... I need some petroleum to make a weather controller, but it's a fun orbital unit that generates 1 or 2 basic resources on unimproved tiles across its lifespan. And that's a 60-turn lifespan. I like that idea. I've been curious to see how it works, and now we're going to get there. So we're going to try and get some more of our supremacy techs. Like I said last episode, I do want to just get communications just so that I can get... First off, command center is a good defensive thing if I need it. TACnet hub is good just in general for offensive attacks, especially now that I can launch satellites on a Firaxite. And a feeder hub, that's interesting, for international city and station trade routes. Well, that's good. But otherwise, I do want the orbital network, and then I'm going to be going for genetic design. And then I kind of have to figure out where I want to go from there, because I do have some potential units that I can get, but these techs are starting to get more and more expensive. So maybe I should do things like the... Organics will give me the biofactory, which is good production, and I do have some cities with chitin. I could get level 1 alien genetics here, +1 from Biowell, +1 from Xenowell. That's not too fantastic. I do have a little bit of research into one of these branch decks. Probably collaborative thought's going to be good, not so much for the precog projects so much as this, but transgenics will probably be the next one. Try and get some more health buildings, health techs. I'm going to need it. And I haven't built any academies yet on tiles. I'm going to start doing that. For too long, promise. Alright, so there's some tech. Trade convoy. I could trade with Manuel, but I'd much rather do internal trade routes. Those are actually not as great as they used to be, but I don't think they've patched any of this since I last played. I noticed the quest dialogue is not sort of bouncing over itself like maybe it had been in the past, but let's see here. Freeland, that's a good trade. Bongnai, that's a really good trade route. Because we can check here and see 1 of 3 trade routes. So we do need to actually make 2 more trade vessels. Let's go ahead and add to queue. Well, I can't add too much to queue, but let's go in there. Jinli! We need to make some more trade vessels. 1, 2, 3. Because trades are still good. You don't have a trade outpost yet, so we don't have to worry about you just yet. Megan, wow, you're only down to 1 of 3 trade routes? That's funny. Alright, well, let's purchase a trade vessel. And we'll get that next turn. Yeah, this is... I've shipped some things around, but I don't actually have a ton of cities under my control just yet. So let's hear. I should be able to get my next policy next turn, and that'll be good. As right now, that worker's being really dumb and standing in Miasma. So hopefully this repulsor will help a little bit with that. And not giving open borders to the Slavic Federation means that Explorer is very confused. Just trying to go around finding out why is this so big to the south. And city connection established between Santo Andriato and your capital, Magan. That's probably from the road, so that's good. Like I said, I don't care too much because my roads don't cost money. But what I want to know is, why are you doing that road there? You should be really making a road here. So we'll just go ahead and route to that. Alright, so let's just keep you on alert. And let's go and make a floatstone quarry. I'll give 3 energy to that too, which is pretty nice. And do I want to do internal or external trade routes? I've kind of gotten away from external trade routes, so let's change that a little bit. We got enough money. Let's purchase another trade vessel. Once we get into war, we're going to have to be a little careful. But prosperity, do we want a bunch of stuff for terrascapes? No. We want 25% less negative health, which will give us positive health? Yes, positive health for minus 25% for negative health. So that's awesome. And that's a flat bonus. So if I take in Freeland, which is not an awesome city, but not a terrible city, I can actually make some noise here. But unfortunately, there's a lot of resources that aren't particularly close. But still, it's nice to have the options. I may just stick with puppeting for now, though. But let's see here. Fungus needs to be developed. Just trying to do some things here from the middle. And next, I think I talked about this last episode, but we're going to go look at the virtue menu real quick because I want to go down Might next, primarily for material or martial meditations, which is a free affinity level. Counts a lot more later on in the game than earlier. Plus 20% earned from researching technologies. I'm not going to get as much bang for my buck out of that, but the free affinity level is really nice. So aliens still near here. This city is going to be a little isolated for a little while, but at least my trade units cannot be attacked by aliens, perhaps. I don't know. I kind of want to not piss off the Kraken, so we're not going to. And I have another worker. I guess I had one that was already building roads. Do we need anything else over here? I feel like with the Vivarium, I have some good things going on. I probably need to do some improvements to cities in the north. Although if there's one thing the AI has shown that it can kind of do, it is make some improvements for things. So I don't know if that made sense. I will be eventually colonizing to the west. So yay, you're happy with trade. I am too. I forgot to assign a covert agent. Why do I need to reassign a covert agent? Oh. Does it not want me to reassign just because it's at home? I don't know. That's weird. Alright, well. Is it, what I want to know is it idle? Is it, oh, there we go. You're not idle, you're helping make health. Alright, so did I actually successfully establish a network? I might have. We'll get there. Whatever, let's siphon some energy. Alright, so quest update. Always on, our defensive perimeter has finally come online, securing the safety of our citizens. It's a marvelous invention. We need to make a quest decision. So marvelous invention of this. There is no doubt, however, some feel we have been careless with this design. A quorum of engineers believes it's possible to rewire the power supply to increase efficiency. This would leave the perimeter with surplus of power, which could then be diverted to additional functions. And let's see here. We can get 10 city hit points or free maintenance for defense perimeters. I like free maintenance. I'm not going to be building too many of them. I guess I just have the one in Megan, and I do need to... Okay, I have a colonist being built here, and... I'm not using a lot of my specialists right now, so can I actually afford to put some of my specialists on right here? My city's not growing. So I think the answer to that might be no, I can't really afford to do that just yet. I do need farms and stuff. So we'll get there before long. And in fact, this one needs to be worked, so that's good. Anyway, trade vessel. What other sides do we want? Okay, so... sending trade to the east and west is good. Another trade convoy. There's not too many places to trade here, but might as well do an internal trade route. If we do one with Megan, that'll be useful, because that means Megan will grow again. Well, should. Well, it's not going to... Oh, duh. It's not growing because it's building a colonist. I have played this game before. I promise I have. So deorbit imminent from that miasma thing, but I should be building another one before long. Let's build a few more repulsors. And let's build another artillery and another armor. It's a pretty good production city, and I do have a bunch of puppets up here. Maybe I'll want to put one of these to good use for too long. What tech lets me make a xenomass well again? Should be xenomass well. Alien sciences. We'll need to get that eventually, just because I want those online. So those poor Slavic explorers, like, where do I go? I don't even know. Said I just want my explorer to get up there and to actually find this ruin. Because there was, I guess that these two alien nests were making this area pretty impassable for a while. And I know Karabost was boxed in when we started the game. But what needs orders now? Another trade vessel. How many trade routes do you have? Still one of 3. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Well, I'll trade with you. Oh, it must be... That must be why. Okay. Well, it wants me to build terrascapes everywhere now, so we're at that part of the game. But we're not going to build terrascapes everywhere. We're going to go ahead and improve this food tile with a plantation, so that's fun. And what else do we need right now? We need just some different things at this point. Let me just go ahead and see. Alright, so... Whoa! Your explorer was bombarded by a manticore? Why are you exploring this way? I guess because you're automated? Well, I guess that one level of purity could be good because... Okay, so these guys are attacking my trade vessels. I told them not to. But they want to do it anyway, so that's fun. Alright, what else can we actually get done here then in this case? Let's go ahead and... Actually, I do need to take a quick pause. So let me take a quick pause real quick. Alright, sorry about that. Just had to make sure that things were still going okay. So yeah, I have explorers still being attacked. That makes me a little sad, but maybe Franco-Iberia won't be attacked in that regard. So we do have a petroleum well. So we do have a little bit more unhealth now to concern ourselves with, but what else do we want to do with this worker? I think this worker just wants to, maybe I can start building some academies actually. It does have 2 maintenance, but getting that extra science is going to be very nice. So let's see our next turn. Like I said, we're SimCitying just a little bit, not too bad, but I want to get in a position where I can get my health up enough to, I can start taking on some of these cities. Like Freeland I should probably annex by now. Freeland is not growing like I'd like. It will increase my unhealth, but what? You're always troubling us. You have cast aside that which makes us essentially human. If you continue this path, I fear one day people will no longer be able to peacefully coexist in this world. Well, that's very interesting considering that last I checked you were going harmony. And once again, that's just kind of base text that I wish had a little more flavor to it, but it doesn't. And I'm a little concerned about that wolf beetle, to the point where maybe I should go ahead and annex this city. I'm up to still 1 positive health. And we do have an ultrasonic fence here, so that's good. All right, so what production is going on here right now? It's building a cryo nursery. That's fantastic. It's taking question mark turns, but at least it's doing it. So what else do we got here? Laboratory would be good just for 3 science. Vivarium would be good because this city needs food. And then I think we're just going to go cruiser. Sounds like a plan. Yes, it does. All right. So another unit needs orders, and that would be this trade vessel. All right. Let's see. Eventually I'm going to run out of trade partners here, and somehow I don't have maximum trade vessels here, which is really bizarre to me. Let's buy another one then. I'm a little concerned about the possibility of that colonist dying here, but we'll see what happens. So right now this is floodplains, desert, river. I feel like a farm's the best thing to put there. I might be wrong. I probably am wrong. I'm sure there's some tier list that somebody's already made that, like, on this you should do this, on this you should do this, and I'm just ignoring it. But still, we are going to be positioning our troops pretty soon. Oh yeah, I was going to check and see. Carbost, he's 5 harmony. That's not how he should be talking to me. He's supposed to have another catchphrase, but this is what I'm saying. I think I need to start moving. Because once he gets to 6, this is going to be a lot bigger of an issue. So I think that's exactly what we're going to do. Now I'm pretty sure I can still wipe the floor with my veteran seed units here. But it is my responsibility as the People's African Union to just try and... Let's send this back to... send it to Thabo so you can get some more food. But it's my responsibility as the head of the People's African Union to not only establish trade and things like that, and that's a good money trade to Central, but I kind of want science, and I don't want to trade with Carbost right now. Just trade this way. I need to take him on before he gets too strong. When I say too strong, I do mean not quite on par with me, but he's actually catching up just a little bit. So I guess I may have underestimated my AI opponents momentarily, but I'm pretty sure with this loadout here I should be okay. Pretty sure. We'll see. Having to cross that river just through city lines stinks a little bit. It's the future. We shouldn't have to worry about stuff like that, but whatever. Alright, so another worker here, or another explorer. Oh, now it's like, you can't move there either. Well, we'll get here before long. Alright, next turn. So yeah, this is where I'm saying the Federation up there is a bit of a threat. I don't really want to declare war on them right now. My goal is to take on my northern opponent and then take you guys on later. So we'll see how that goes. But first thing is, like, I'm getting a little nervous. I may have missed my timing window by sitting, cooling my jets for just a minute. But I have 6 Firaxite units, potentially before long, potentially more. And we just need to move my not quite Carpet of Doom north. Yeah, that's not what I meant to have happen. Said I want my Explorer to get up there. I think it's a little higher priority that it's here. I should have 1 Cinder down here, and I do. Freeland doesn't quite need defense like that, like maybe it used to, so 5 turns, good enough. And you finish building a road. That's great. Let's fortify until healed, and then we'll work on building this up. And I kind of just want to poke my nose over here and see what this BAMF is going to look like. If he's going to look like anything at all, and he might not. I'm going to get another level of supremacy before too long, and that'll actually give me the maybe the umph I need, because it's going to let me build some more units. But I only have 6 Firaxite, and I'm sure there's some big stacks on the map somewhere. I have a few more that are near my cultural borders, but it's not going to expand there for a while. Alright, so another trade route. Yeah, let's put this to Freeland. I think you can all be pretty happy here. So, just go ahead and moving out. So we want to clamp the Slavic menace while we still can. But I am curious to see what it looks like over here. So there's a resource pod that somebody else got. I want to stay out of the miasma just a little bit here. So artillery, move on this way. I think I can take his city with just this stuff, but considering he has only 33 defenses, cities are not as strong as they used to be. But World Imagination quest decision. The grand opening of the Holosuite has met with an unexpected reaction from the populace. So far, none have stepped inside. As protesters have barred the doors, they fear the Holosuite's fantasies will eliminate our capacity for ambition, bringing about the end of our civilization. While the city's artists are biting at the bit to get their hands on the new technology. Where the protesters see disaster, the artists see cultural revolution. There are valid arguments on both sides, really, because I think the holodeck didn't hurt people too much in Star Trek. So let's see here. There are valid arguments for both sides, however, to destroy the holosuite would be counterproductive. Better to direct its function. So support the protesters for a free virtue. I want the 2 culture over time. Free virtue sounds really nice, but I'm going to be spamming holosuites before long, so... Or that's the idea here. So how much damage would I actually do to a Kraken? Not a lot. My city strength is not very high. Right now, trading to the city is a disaster. So that's not good. Alright, so... Can I not move you up here anymore? I'd like to see the game actually be able to kind of auto-correct movements. Just a little bit. Right now, I am leaving my backside really exposed, but Manuel is not a threat. I can take him out whenever I want to. I can get a little more Firaxite. That's actually a really decent city location. Well, one of these is a decent city location. I'd hate to settle on the tubers, though. But I can't. It's here. 3, 4, 5, 6. The only way to get all of these is to settle on the tubers, which is a little annoying. May still be worth it. Water tiles aren't fantastic, though. But if I need that little bit of extra Firaxite, that could be worthwhile. Because founding a city over here is not actually going to net me any more Firaxite. I'm a little surprised. I guess it's all in big stacks on the other continent. But we'll see what happens here. So, what do we got? All kinds of things. We stole some science, which is good. Do we terrascape this? I have a lot of income. I think I can start to afford to do a few terrascapes. That'll be good. So trade vessel. We're going to be trading with the Central because we want more science. Science is good. Safe behind walls. Now we've completed the ultrasonic fence. We have found a new appreciation for technology. Oh, wait a minute. I have not actually built an ultrasonic fence yet. Well, no wonder my trade routes are getting destroyed. So, well, let's read the quest text. At the moment, the fences are static with reach that goes beyond what originally predicted. However, if we reverse the polarity, Ghostbuster style, it'll decrease the ultrasonic circumference, allowing the fence to become mobile, like a personal shield. So, +1 range or reverse the polarity. Trade convoys cannot be attacked is very powerful. And that means now I can trade with other cities. I'm so dumb. I feel like I should have known that. Alright, so... these things are all falling down just a little bit. This artillery, like I said, we're just going to see. I kind of want to poke my head up here. So we have a few units here. Artillery, armor, armor, armor. So this is going to be a little bit more work. But if I set up my units in a way where he has to come down here to me, it shouldn't be that dangerous. Shouldn't be that dangerous. Right now, I'm not going to be testing his borders or anything over here. And I do want to kind of get these things up here. That's a weird random gunboat to find. Next turn. So we do have another sender. We're pretty close to getting even more Firaxite. And I don't have any other special units to build. I do have some techs that I can unlock to try and get some more special units. Let's see what climate control has to say. So I can start building these.
Stop talking about the weather and do something about it for once.
Oh, that's cute. It's funny, like all these quotes are from people that I'm about to destroy.
How beautiful it is to speak to the machine in its own language and have it speak back in ours.
Alright, so 4 Firaxite, and we have an upgrade available, which would be the Prophet, and we have either 30% when attacking wounded units or 20% when next to a friendly unit. I think I'm going to keep doubling up on that. So my Prophets are stronger than their armors. I didn't actually pack any with me right now, but if I move my units kind of around here, that's a really big Xenomass well. I really don't know what cities they have up here, but if I take Karabost, I may have to do some cleanup work over here. Because right now these are armors, and I don't think I can test my combat metal just yet. No. Let's go ahead and build a wall of units. And we'll keep these guys set up for the ranged attack here. And my goal is going to be pretty simple. If I declare war on him, then I can have him come after me. And once that happens, he'll throw his units at me, and then I get to go eat him. Alright, so we're going to try this again. I really hope you don't get eaten by the sea krakens. And let's see here. That looks like a decent place for a terrascape. Everywhere is a decent place for a terrascape. You get a terrascape. You get a terrascape. That needs to be a farm. Alright, so let's leave it on the alert. And let's go ahead and move you here, just so we can have some extra tiles in range. And we actually have the Explorer just about there, so that's fantastic. It didn't die! And I can actually be making some more units here. Let's actually check my techs. Because a Carver requires 3 Firaxite. Fully automated robotic drone soldier. That's good. Requires 6 Firaxite. So there's Firaxite to be found on this map somewhere, but I'm going to need to get a lot more of it. Some way, shape, or form. And I hate saying this, but I don't exactly know if there's a special extra way to produce Firaxite other than just finding it on the map or getting that level of supremacy or trading it from AIs. Let's see, does any AI have a potential trade for resources? Okay, you have Xenomass, so I don't care about that. Problem is, if I'm going to war with some of these people, it's here, 2 petroleum. No, it's not fantastic. If I go to war with some of these people, then I'm going to lose these trades. So you have 3 Firaxite. So I may be actually be able to take that a little bit. So, Hamata.
Good to see you again.
Oh, well, I'm glad that you're over me taking you out. And, you're still a little pissed. You have no strategic resources, and Elodie just doesn't like me. Yeah, I'm impressed you're willing to talk without shooting first. I'll shoot you later, don't worry. So 6 Firaxite, that's what I want. That means I'll be targeting you last. What do you want for 6 Firaxite? You don't like trading with me. Okay, well, I guess I'll just have to take you over. Alright, unit needs orders. Let's go ahead and improve these. That'll be good. Let's go ahead and terrascape this. I don't think there's an improvement on there right now. Plains River. Yeah, Plains River, terrascape. And let's go ahead and fortify until healed. Trade convoy. Internal trade routes are still beastin'. So we'll do that. And I do have 1 idle covert agent. And what are you going to get me? Let's go ahead and steal some science. So I do have a little bit of intrigue here. I don't think anyone has any intrigue on my city yet, oddly enough. I guess they don't care enough. Yeah, what does my science look like in this city now? 51, 4.8 food, all really good stuff. Still on a production focus. We'll be producing a Neurolab in 9 turns, so that's even more sciencing. 135 science. And Neurolab, I believe, is my 10% science building. Yeah, +1 science per Firaxite as well. So I have a little bit more Firaxite scattered around the map, and there's more to be gotten from trade. And I could be building some TACnet hubs. which will be very good. But let's go ahead and move into some kind of position here. Yeah, this is what we'll do. We will move you... Is that Misma as well, or is that just a... Yeah, that's Misma. We'll move you up here. And we'll move you right here, and we'll see kind of what you want to do. Like I said, I don't think they have much in the way of boats, but I don't have much in the way of ranged units to take them on either, so that's a little... It's a little awkward. I do have one that's coming. At least I think that's a ranged unit. It might not be a ranged unit. I may have just built the wrong thing this whole time. In fact, it looks like I did, but whatever. Whatever. We'll make it work. Next turn, I want a war deck. Next turn, not this turn. Because I just want him to send his units down to me, and I will then take him on. Because he still has artillery. I have artillery, so we're kind of even con here just a little bit. Did he actually get another level? No, not yet. Unless that counts total levels. Alright, so what do we got? Let's get some money. I want to trade with Carbost because that's a lot of science, but I'm not going to. And let's go ahead and get a... Let's get another cruiser here. And let's go ahead and... You can build a... let's build an academy there. And I can trade... Wow, okay, so you can trade with the debt blue. Yeah, why not? Since I'm not doing that anymore. Let's see, so you've moved your guys back just a little bit. And that Slavic armor is still kind of in range, which is a little irritating, but... You know what? This just for the sake of fun and profit. I'm on good terms with them. Let's see if I can get you, if I can buy somebody else into war here. You don't want war. They prefer peaceful factions. Yeah, I do have a powerful military. Let's declare... Will you declare war on the Slavic Federation? No. You all are just going to say we don't care about things that are going on the other continent. How can I help you? Alright, so I just want one player to, and none of you want to. Let's see here. Brasilia. Will you declare war? No, you won't. They're already at war. Okay, so that means I'm not going to have as much of a penalty here. So, yes. That's very nice of you. Not the ideal moment for us to meet. The opportunity to put you in place is worth it. So, petroleum is ended. So I get my resources back. If I just attack right here, this is a very greedy move. I'm going to do it anyway. The reason I'm doing this is that I can always pillage this, and that water is going to be really annoying. Take on some of these guys, but if I move you guys up here, move you right there, we have another cinder to go in place, and I can just go ahead and work my way up. So we do have the initiative right now. Do I actually move you up one more? I think I do. Because I want to zone of control some of these guys a little bit. Right now his worker's exposed, so that's good. I don't really want to park you in the Misma, so... And that armor could actually attack me, I think. If it's the unit I'm thinking of, it might not be. Alright, well, you know what? We're just going to screw around and say whatever. Let's do this. Okay, so... Colony ship. Let's babysit you a little bit and see if that's something that can actually happen here. We do have one more expedition. If I can take out Carbost, pretty much I'm not going to have to worry too much. Although he does have biowells. Well, he has Harmony. He is trying to go Harmony. Gotta give him credit for trying. What I want to know is how much can his units do to this cinder. They may be able to do a lot. Alright. Did I just overplay my hand? Maybe. Alright. Let's see. If you survive, I'll be very happy. Veterancy gained. There we go. Live! Damn you, live! Alright, so we're definitely healing you. An intruder alert. Intruder in our territory. Alright. So Citadel can fire upon the enemy. You can continue to explore. Let's just automate you again. Let's move you this way. See if we can build another city here. Build actions. So we have our first academy. Cool. Let's put another thing over here. And let's terrascape this. Terrascapes are not cheap, but that's okay. Alright, let's start with you. I think you have enough veterancy that we can afford to do this. And we can afford to pillage, which will heal me just a little bit. And what do we want to do? Alright, let's start with actually setting up a ranged attack and taking you on. Virtue bonus, combat bonus. So they did go a little bit into might. So that's cute. But I think these armors might be the biggest threat to me right now. So, okay, I'm not going to kill them, which is fine. I kind of prefer not to kill them. And I could have backed off of some of my units. You may say that I'm being a little too aggressive here, and you might be right. But I just want to start taking out these units as fast as possible. That's a very good defensible tile, too. So we do have our robot army coming into play. I can actually move you up here. And pretty good. Alright, so fortify until healed. Intruder alert again. I can fire upon this explorer, but probably not do a ton of damage. Oh, actually did a ton of damage. Alright, so if we rebase you guys, Alt-R, trying to remember this time. Unfortunately, I can't rebase very closely, but we can at least rebase you to Citadella and see what there is to do here. So I don't know how much of this war I'm going to be able to pack into this video, because it is looking like it's about to be time to go, but we'll give it another turn or two just because I want to see what's going to go on here. So continue constructing that plantation. I know that only happened because of reasons. Continue the terrascape. We want a few of those. We're getting a lot more virtue bonuses all of a sudden, so that's good. I want to see how these senders stack up here, and it looks like they have some aerial units too, which is a little concerning. So I may actually have to build up my military and do this again. I don't have a lot of ranged units right now, so you're still in trouble. Yeah, there's your tac jets. So yeah, I'm probably going to lose one unit. They're not doing a ton of damage to it, but they did kill it. And oh boy, a Slavic Xenoswarm. I have not fought one of these before. But it looks like we do actually have some basic units to be had here. So that's interesting. They did actually get enough of their stuff up to actually get a unit. That does make life a little more interesting, that's for sure. Let's build another academy. We do have another disciple here. I guess what I need is the equivalent of rangers, not the equivalent. I need more range units is what I need for that choke point, but we got the military that we got right now, so, and we'll just put you all to sleep right now, because you all are not going to be doing a lot of good for me here. Yeah, this is going to be a really annoying choke to take out, but should be able to take out something good here. So let's hear. I want to see how this is going to work. I don't want you to constantly do that to me. So, minor defeat. What did I say our strategy was before? Let's back off just a little bit and let these guys come to me. Because right now I'm in bombardment range, and since they are showing that they have some stronger units, I can let them come to me just a little more. You're going to need to just be really annoying here. Yeah, not too much else to it right now. That is a grassland hill mine, but I do want to be able to just poke at these guys. Yeah, so this sender, you're... I don't need to do anything with you other than just fortify. Alright, we'll give it one more turn. I just want to see if this strategy is actually going to work. If the AI is actually going to come after me. And I do have a backup here. So Xenoswarm, a little bit stronger. I actually kind of want to Civlopedia real quick. So Xenoswarm. What? The search function is really leaves a little bit to be desired here. So Xenoswarm, 2 words. Harmony unit requires level 4 in harmony. Okay, so mixed squad of human soldiers and adapted alien life forms, 34 attack, 2 movement. Requires xenomass, adaptive alien life. Lots of interesting flavor text in the Civlopedia. I'll do that for another time. But one more turn, and then we'll see if this war is ill-advised later on, as my units are watching other things go into fighting here. I feel like I'm not speaking with a lot of sense. But yeah, that's why I think the Slavic Federation may be the biggest threat the remainder of my game. Is you're actually attacking my artillery. That's a little annoying. But they're only fighting with tac jets, so that's a positive. Alright, so they know what's up. And are you going to send the Xenoswarm after me, maybe? As we do have, like I said, some adapted units. It's pretty interesting. May have jumped the gun on the war train just a little bit, but that's okay. We are going to overcome. Perhaps. Should have had a few more range units here, but we'll see kind of what we can do here. So I think you need to possibly fortify, possibly even move back. Like I said, I'm just going to give this just one more turn. So let's bombard. Who do we want to bombard? We want to probably bombard you. And if I do that, that means that this artillery is going to need to back up even more. I think that'll put it out of range. Can't say for sure. We're just kind of hopeful that it does. So that's a major victory, but not a total victory, unfortunately. Yeah, I need to combine arms just a little more and bring some ranged units with me here. Alright, well, like I said, this choke point is really irritating right now, but I don't want to get in a place where this Slavic artillery can just take out my sender in the water either. So maybe I should have backed up one. We'll see. Alright, well, can't do a whole lot other than try and move over here and possibly suffer the wrath of the Xenoswarm. But maybe that'll distract the other units just enough. And we'll keep you right here. I have a feeling I'm going to need to swap out some of these units in just a minute. So yeah, I think that's it for now. This is Way to Fail with, I can send this sacrificial soldier over and try and loop my way around. Karbost, pretty well defended right now. I may need some more artillery before too long, but fortunately I do have the money where I should be able to annex this city. I'm at 0 health, but that's okay. It's not negative health. And if I purchase an artillery, that's going to be 600 something. Why can I not purchase an artillery right now? I don't know. Oh well, we'll figure that out next time. That's it for now. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see if I have just overestimated my hand in this war. See you next time.